what's it called? Those chambers things.
Oh, the cryo chambers.
No, not the cryo chambers. It's the sensory deprivation tank.
Oh, fucking.
You know where it's like water and it's like
you just sort of float in darkness.
it's like the same body temperature, the same temperature as your body, so you don't really feel it.
Yeah.
And then you're just in a not a cage, but it's just like a
tank.
yeah, it's just
a
a
black tank.
You get in there. What if the door doesn't open? Imagine. Like, yeah, sure, you'd have like a pretty sick like meditation session.
Yeah.
Well, you come out of it and you think, oh man, that was pretty sick. That. Go to open the door.
Yeah.
Those things, because it's a sensory deprivation tank. There's no sound. There's no light.
You go crazy.
No one's gonna hear you. You're banging on the door. Let me out. Let me out. No one's gonna hear you.
No, it's soundproof.
It's soundproof. Can you imagine?
See, this is the thing. I don't know. Like, people do like an hour session in tank. I don't necessarily know if I could do it. It would be a mental battle, because I know, at least for my like, when I get like a bad thought, it can be it's very difficult for me to not let it envelop everything. I have to struggle greatly being like, no, like fucking you know, at times I've had like cheating dreams where George has cheated on me in a dream and I woke up pissed off at her and I have to like look at myself and I have to be like, this isn't real, because you've seen it. You like, I let it take over. And that's something that I really need to work on.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was just gonna say, so if I'm in a tank and all of a sudden I'm like, someone's watching you, or like this, or like that, or like that, and I'm like, where's the door?
The thing that helps with that is meditation.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Because meditation teaches you to like control your thoughts
and sort of just let them go. The clearing your mind and shit.
When like speaking to some people, it's like, oh, meditation doesn't really work for me. It will, but it's a skill. It's like, you got to think of it as like, because say like you focus on your breath, you're like, and then you just breathe in. Hey? Yeah. Anyway.
Just edit that out.
Yeah, edit that out. So we'll go to meditation.
Meditation, you're talking about, it's the discipline. Meditation doesn't work for me.
Yeah, so when people say like meditation like doesn't work, and like, oh, you know, I just can't meditate, I just can't sit there and meditate. One, this.
Yeah.
Number two, because this is just gonna like overstimulate you. You're not gonna be able to like silence out all those voices and like all the noise in your head. With meditation, you try to focus on your breath, and then when you feel like, oh, I've started thinking about this, you bring it back to the breath.
Yeah, the breath I like is a very underrated tool, I think.
You got to think about that as reps.
Interesting.
Because instead of getting frustrated, being like, you breathe in, and I start thinking about this, and then, oh, fuck's sake, back to the breathing, and I keep getting those, going back to those random thoughts, and you get frustrated, and then you can't meditate, you don't get into that relaxed state. Because you're getting more and more frustrated about your thoughts. If instead you think, I'm getting the reps in, which is training me to be able to, excuse me, I'm training to be able to like dial my focus in, you're gonna progress. You're not gonna quit with it, because you got that mindset change. And fuck, what was I saying? I had a good point there.
Yeah, no, I've done that like 4 times. It's fucking annoying.
Fuck. Meditation.
Talking about reps and how training yourself and how was it going to lead back to discipline?
Yeah. So when you're getting those reps in, those thoughts, when you're like acknowledging that you've had those thoughts, you're gonna get better at eliminating them and not getting as distracted by them, because you got that mindset of, oh, it's a rep. You don't get as hung up on the fact that like, fuck, I failed. Fuck.
I'm working for it.
Yeah.
That's very fucking interesting. I think that will be something that I'll try and implement more into my life.
I've been trying to meditate more, because I haven't meditated in a while. And in the past few days, past like week or so, I've started, and Wim Hof, I've started to kind of bring that back in.
Yeah.
And I have noticed like in my like attention span, like I have started to kind of be able to bring it back down. And another thing as well is, as much as I like music, sometimes just doing like a task with nothing. Like usually on a Sunday, I go for a walk. I'll go for an hour. I'll go for an hour. Don't take my phone. I don't take anything. Just go and walk. Walk for an hour. Nothing.
That sounds really difficult to me in the sense of I'd get bored.
Yeah, you do get bored, but then you start to learn to like listen to your thoughts, and then eventually, I'll either be present, which is a goal. You want to be learn to just be present. You want to be in a social flow. You want to be in flow in a lot of the time. Or I've got like all these ideas flowing. Like it's not like a negative thoughts flowing about and flying about. I'm thinking about podcast, business, school, training. I'm thinking about all these new things, and it's good. And then you let these ideas flow. I think people need to learn and focus on being present and mindful.
Yeah, I try to be present when I can, like, because especially with like, because I've noticed I miss the past sometimes. I miss being there, so I'll like look at what I'm seeing. And I'll look at like try and look at all the individual leaves on a tree and be like, that's cool. I can feel the sun. I can be like, oh wow, that feels really nice.
Yeah, that's good.
Like trying to take stuff like that, and it sort of helps. I just think, like everything in life, when you're doing it, starting out, it seems insurmountable, like as an obstacle.
With that, you've got to like write it down.
Yeah,
write down.
Comes back to writing
Literally,
down.
write it down.
Start lifting and write shit
like,
down.
In my book, like, I've just got notes. Just write shit down. In here as well.
Yeah.
And with like being present with like anxiety and depression, the thing with anxiety is like you're like thinking an anxious thought about this person is like I'm talking to you here. We're in a restaurant. I'm thinking, oh, this person's looking at me funny.
Yeah.
Like he's thinking shit about me. He's talking shit about me. That's anxiety, right? If I'm present, I'm just involved in the conversation with you. I'm not thinking about who's there. I'm not thinking about who's over there. I'm just present. I'm relaxed. I'm just in the moment. I'm living. I'm not having anxious thoughts. I'm in a social flow. I'm in a flow state.
Yeah.
Things with meditation and being present, that will really help anxiety, and that's not taught. That's like not discussed.
No. Which is unfortunate. But there's like so much shit that school doesn't teach us. Like I don't know how to do my taxes. Like that's a big one because it's such a everybody needs to do it at some point. But we've got to figure it out on our own apparently.
Shakespeare, bro. Read some Shakespeare and read some Romeo and Juliet, and then eventually you're fucking like when the tax man's knocking on your door, you're like 10 grand. Then you'll learn how to do your taxes because you fucking need to learn to do your taxes, otherwise you're gonna be homeless.
Crazy that they know exactly. Like I think it's more an American thing. I don't know because I don't do my fucking taxes.
Whoa. Hang on, man.